Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Women on the Move. This is Amelia Felbinger with the Be Happy Business. And the Be Happy Business is your hub for lighting up the life in what you're creating out there in the world, in life and in your work. So we've returned to the Women on the Move series, a programming where I look to connect you with someone who I think is making very impactful moves out in the world, especially right now. I'm very excited to offer this when we can all learn from each other in new ways, on new levels, about value-driven actions out in the world with the people who we're looking to learn from and lead with in life and business. So to my mind, there's really no one better to learn from at this time than Keiya Rayne. She is my friend, and she is the coach who I credit with my ability to have made the most powerful shifts in my life, both in tiny ways and very large ways. So her bio is very rich. She's described by one of her clients as Yoda, but cuter. For over a decade, she's guided her clients to uncover and release blocks to manifesting love, prosperity, and happiness. So she's known as a counsel of last resort, and her help is usually sought after by those who've tried everything else. So she uses her unique, intuitive, and yes, clairvoyant ability, and she helps clients cut through the chaos. She allows for swift and effective lasting results, and all of this is so very true. She is an energy healer. She's a TEDx speaker. And she's a relationship shaman, a channeler of divine wisdom, and a creator of the creator of the Magnetic Soul Work Coaching Program. So she's been blissfully married to her soulmate and husband, Victor, for 11 years, and they share a life of love and inspiration. So, wow, right? This woman is amazing. I was pulled to work with her at just the perfect right time for me, which is how her clients come. Yeah. And, I knew I've always been lots of, a personal development, junkie, but I knew that there were levels that I was knocking on the door at, but I could not really find the door or get there by myself. And I knew that I needed some help with that. So the work that I did with her has been a catalyst and a constant through line in everything I do, and also every way that I continue to grow. So it stopped a lot of blockage, and it turned on key lights for me in my mind and in my soul. And it's really the gift that keeps on bearing fruit for me. So Keiya, let's chat.
Yes. Hello. Well, I'm like, are you talking about me?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Oh my goodness. It is such a pleasure. Like, it's so delicious to be here with you today. Wow. Thank you for having me. And just to witness you blossom and flourish, it's a beautiful gift. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Tell us about how you came to do what you do, kind of the story behind that. And also, what are you doing for people, and with people? How are you holding people in the space of this time right now? Why does it especially matter now?
Yes. So I come to do what I do. I really struggled at a very early age, abused by three generations of men, physically and mentally abused. But during the entire time, I had a knowing within myself that they could touch my body, but they couldn't touch my soul. And that knowing was something that I feel was a gift, if you will, from the divine, that there was something special that I had, unique that I had access to from a very early age. And as I got older, I kind of, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, because a lot of us sometimes have this gift. We have something within us and we get older, and because it wasn't nurtured, we lose it. So this ability and gift that I had for sensing and knowing that there was a greater force, a greater power, had basically sort of died, if you will, as I got older and struggling through anxiety and depression. And one day I attempted suicide. And something came to me and said, you were put on this earth for more than this. get up. And when I did that, there was a profound sense of peace that came over me like never before. And that really got me back on the path to reconnecting to this connection to spirit, if you will. And that is where I sort of reconnected again with the gift of intuition, of clairvoyance that I had. And so that has been, that's sort of like the Reader's Digest version of how I got to be doing what I'm doing now. Excuse me. And so first, how I am serving people in this moment in time right now is as an energy healer, the ability to be able to ground ourselves, to manage, if you will, our energy, and to stay as calm as possible and stay as centered as possible. That is our place of power. And so the more that we can stay centered, and it's a skill that, we can all learn. So the more that we can stay centered and grounded, what happens is it creates this energy for us that we radiate that out to our families, to our homes, and even to the planet. And so it's kind of like that, be the change that you want to see. So we're radiating the energy of the change that we want to have, whether it's peace in our home, because this is a time of chaos for a lot of people. And a lot of us many people don't have the knowing or the skills that maybe you and I have. And so learning how to do that, I feel, is what I've been, in the way that I've been supporting my clients to be able to navigate this very unprecedented and chaotic time for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the knowing that it is a skill that
Yes.
you can access
Yes.
is maybe a thought that, people haven't had. And what I love about your story is that I think all great teachers, all of them go through a time of tremendous pain and disconnection, and they have to go all the way to the other side
Yes.
to realize that.
Yes.
So I think there's a mirroring of that, in this time, and in the realization that the struggles of now,
Yes,
piled with the struggles of regular life that would have been happening, is an opportunity, right?
totally.
To
Totally.
find that. And I think it's also not just about the chaos that people are feeling, but what's filling the vacuum. There's a vacuum now, right? So like
Exactly.
people who are really bored or anxious, it's like all of the normal life is stripped away.
Yeah.
So what is there? What's in your cup? What is in your well? Do you have a well, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
an amazing moment for that. And I think so it's an amazing moment to learn about you and, work with you more than ever.
I absolutely agree. And you're so right. So well said, because, if we don't fill it up with and, I don't like to use good and bad or right and wrong, but if this time and space that we have is not filled with something better, then we're only going to create. So then this time will be spent not really, coming on the other side of this, you will really end up being the same way. And I really believe, and you said it right, this is an amazing, this is a divine opportunity for transformation, to really fill your cup up with all the things that, you've always wanted to do, who it is that you've always wanted to be, and I think collectively, we've asked for this. Like, let's not kid ourselves, right? Like, let's not kid ourselves. We collectively, I feel like so many of us have been tired, depleted, not really feeling fulfilled. And there was this collective consciousness that said, I'm tired, I need a break. And so collectively, now is the time as well for us to pause and say, okay, I asked for this break. What is it that I would like to embrace, to bring in? And because I will tell you, if that doesn't happen, there are a lot of people that are going to find themselves really struggling. I mean, this is going to be nothing. Is going to be nothing compared to what, not filling your cup up with what it is that your soul is wanting you to fill it up with. So this will just be like, you know, the beginning of, I feel, more of that, chaos and destruction, for people, not to bring the energy down, but I think I really, you know what I mean. I think it's a soul awakening that I would love for people to understand, to pay attention to, like, ooh, like, hmm, whatever ideas or thoughts or desires or intentions that I've been putting off, like, let me just ease into it. Maybe one step, but move in that direction. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And the realization that so much of what I learned from you is realizing how much of everything that I think and do and feel is my choice,
Yes.
and how to make those choices, how to recognize and observe, and then give the space between, and then make the choices that are actually coming from me and aren't just reactionary, because there's so much reaction. We're
Yes,
so wired to just react, react, react. And we don't understand that that's not coming from our place of power.
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. I love that you share that as well, because recently I was in a coaching session with a client, and when I work with my clients, I really channel the information that is going to serve their highest good. And that is something, like, we get together and I'm like, honey, I have no idea how this is going to go. We just call in spirit and see what happens. And it's usually like transformative for both, myself and the client, and for you. And so as we're having this conversation, she came to me because she was really struggling. She was having a lot of anxiety and stress around this time in her family and work and everything. And so as we're working, something just came through and said, your one work right now is to return to center.
Mm.
Return to center. And as we were having this conversation, I can literally see, like, her body just got so much calmer. Like, you could just feel all that stress and anxiety just like oozed out of her. And I was actually taken aback by it. I was like, oh. And so I, when we got done with the call, I was pondering this return to center. And it's interesting because I looked up, I said, okay, I kind of know what center means, but I was like, well, I'm going to Webster Dictionary because I really want to see what this says.
Mm-hmm.
And, it really speaks about the source of where everything comes from. And so when we are able to return to center, we return to our power, we return to our core. And that is where the guidance, the inspiration, the revelation of what to do, where to go, and that's how we're going to really transform our our environment and our situation, is from that place of peace and calm, returning to center. Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. Just so much fun.
Absolutely. So, in terms of working with you, I think it's
Mhm.
interesting. Whoever hears this video, it's always, you always love to say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And
Yes.
I know there'll be some people who see this video and it just won't land, or it will be whatever, and other people might, and it will really land, or just a small piece of it will. And
Mm-hmm.
so, for everyone watching, just, listen to yourself as you listen to this video, and I would say get on Keiya's mailing list for sure. We'll definitely post that.
Yes,
And then if you'll share some of the ways that you investigate with clients, right? You only will work with people if you feel it's a right match,
absolutely.
right? So do
Absolutely.
you have a discovery call? Yes?
Yes, yes, I do. I actually offer a 30-minute, I call it a soul clarity call.
Much better.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And because I really feel like, when we come together, I really, I'm so firm on this, that it is calling in spirit and allowing, our higher selves. Because a lot of times we think we need one thing and our soul knows we need something completely different. And so coming into this clarity call is really, you come, like you bring yourself, but we connect in with your soul and to see like what is the path that will serve your highest good for us to work together. Also, if we're a match. And I can tell you, and you know this, when someone comes to me is because they are ready for a massive, kick-ass, delicious, mind-blowing transformation. Otherwise, they won't even come to me. And
Right.
so that is what the soul clarity call is about, to get you super clear on what's getting in your way, and what it is that you need to get living your life.
Yep. And it's a surprise. It's always a surprise. I was totally surprised by what it was actually was that I was needing to do. I
Yes.
I thought it was business,
Yes.
and it was not. It was all kinds of other stuff. But because of that, business ended up transforming. And I think
Yes.
it's just great because working with you, there's no A, B, C, D. And I'm
Yeah.
like a very ABC, like formulaic person, or I used to be.
Right.
Um, and I think just the joy of that
Yeah.
decision to be open and listen in a new way and
Yes.
just find out what is possible
Yeah.
and what is there for you, so I think,
Yes.
yeah.
And you know what's so funny is that I tend to attract a lot of women that aren't ABC.
Mm,
And they come and and then just real quick, I had a young woman that came to me, that was referred to me by her partner. I had worked with a partner, and she was looking to build her business. She was a pretty successful businesswoman, and she, got on the call with me, and she says, "Well, I'm looking for a business coach." And I said, "Honey, you can do business with your eyes closed. I am not concerned about you doing business." I said, "What you need is to really learn how to leverage energy so you can be a kick-ass in your business." And initially, because that whole talk of energy was kind of like, well, okay, like what? And she was like, "Oh, but it resonated." And that's the thing with truth, right? You cannot deny truth. And so she was like, "You know what? I have no idea where this is going, but I trust you." And not only did it transformed her business, she now had a business that she absolutely loved, because she was like not having fun. She started attracting her ideal clients, and it just filtered out through her entire life. So you're absolutely right. I tend to get those people that are like, "No, I want this." And it's like, "Oh, baby, no, 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 no."
right, because we try to figure it out to a certain point. We know we can just figure it out, so
Exactly.
but the figuring out comes from elsewhere.
Totally.
So wow, I've so enjoyed this chat. I think if there's anything else that you are moved to share right now, we can certainly chat about if there's additional programs you offer, and certainly we'll put your TEDx talk
Oh, yeah.
below.
Thank you.
That just got an upgrade as well, right? Tell us about the TED talk upgrade.
Yes, 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 it totally did. And that was, it's interesting. It was a surprise, and it wasn't. I feel like, giving that talk, I felt really connected. I felt really prepared and aligned. And, when you come into any situation in that way, the sky's the limit as to where it can go. And I had no, desire or pressure or what was going to happen to it. I actually just released it to the divine. And
Mm,
so it was a beautiful, like I call, surprise and delight by the universe.
right.
And yeah, and I feel, what I just want to share right now is, for anyone listening to this, is really finding a way to return to your center And I'd like to also, extend a special gift to the other, or anyone listening to this call. Is in other ways that I work is I have the energy clearing and reset activation session, and that session is just out of this world. We just knock. I was going to say stuff. We knock stuff out. I was going to say the other S word.
Yeah.
Some stuff knocked out, right? And also there is the longer periods that we can work to take people deeper and more expansive and all of that. But yes, and they can just feel free to reach out to me, and definitely anyone that comes through Happy Business will definitely get something extra special.
Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
you are more than extra special. I love and adore you. I'm so grateful for you in my life before and always. I know we'll stay always connected.
Always, always. Divine connection, sweetheart.
Absolutely.
Divine connection.
There's been some fun stuff where you and I will have a similar thought, or we'll talk to each other right after.
Oh, I know.
It's like
It's so cool. And I say, when I connect with people too, it's one of those things. And sometimes I have to be careful and tell my clients, just so you know, I am not intruding in your energy. But when we work together, there's a connection. Like, I just feel like, because we're working on this higher frequency and on this higher plane, we're having this beautiful dance in this other dimension. It is so cool. And I love that we do that.
I know, me too. Me too. So please, everybody watching, share this video. Think about, if someone pops into your head, share it with them. Listen to it for yourself. Plant that seed of Keiya Rayne in your life, and certainly follow her and connect with her if so moved. So, and if you're seeing this video outside of the Be Happy Business community, please come and follow me there as well for more interviews like this and other fun and valuable programming for your life. So thank you so much, Keiya.
Oh, my love. I am just so humble, so grateful. Thank you so very much for having me. And I will tell you, nothing brings me more joy than witnessing you being so powerful, being so brilliant, and sharing your magic in the world. That lights me out. And that's why I do what I do. And also, I just wanted, and I know you're going to put the link, but if anyone wants to reach out to me, they can connect with me at keiyarayne.com.
Yep, absolutely. Good to hear it.
Yes, yes. Keiya, because it's spelled Keiya is spelled differently. So it's KeiyarayNE.com.
Yep, absolutely.
I love you.
Love you, Keiya. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in.